This time it's a DC Nation review, guys. And this DC Nation review is going to be of Green Lantern, the animated series. This is the final episode. This is episode 26. This one's called Dark Matter. Now, this is one of the two of my last DC Nation reviews for a while. I will say this, I am not doing Teen Titans Go, although I love the Teen Titans. Go is it's just too silly for me to do, to be honest. I don't see any benefit in me doing Go, so I'm just not gonna do it. That's not to say it's not, I guess, funny, but whatever. How they think Teen Titans Go is a suitable replacement for regular Teen Titans, or not even Teen Titans, for Young Justice, I would like to say, is beyond me. It's just not. And the same thing goes for, I wouldn't mind if they brought back, Teen Titans. That'd have been fun. But to go with the same cast and then to give us Go, I'm getting too much into it, but I'm not a big fan of the substitution concept of this is a reason why, like, this is better than any of their previous products. Let's just say that. I mean, not to say it's bad, it is funny, but whatever. Alright, I think I am gonna do the new Batman that they're releasing. So I will do that. I hear it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be like Green Lantern. So I do want to do that because Green Lantern, as I said throughout this throughout these reviews, has only gotten better as the season progressed. I mean, the first half of season 1 wasn't that good, and then it got better. And then the second half of season 1 got really good. By the end of this story act, where we are now, phenomenal episodes. So let me just jump right into it. That's enough supposition for me. And basically, what's going on here is it's an all-out battle and war against Aya. And the Green Lanterns are trying to stop Aya from basically this, going to the it's the 0 hour plot, going to the beginning of time and remaking the universe as she sees fit, this time with no organic life, or no life, period, and she'll repopulate it with like AI life and machine life. So that's her plan. And basically, the battle starts. We get Guy the Squirrel. We get a bunch of people on that battlefield fighting the Aya robots. Now, Aya downloaded copies of herself, into the Manhunters. So there you go. So they're smarter Manhunters now. And then we have, we have Hal trying to deal with the issues of having to put Aya down, and she's a friend, and all of the team really dealing with this. Hal's doing a little research on some of he feels that he's responsible. It is all his fault for reactivating her and saving her from being destroyed. It's actually all Razor's fault. But as he looks through the archives, he notices that the parts of space Aya's been destroying, he comes to the realization they're all unpopulated. Aya hasn't killed anybody yet, which is interesting that she hasn't had any real casualties. I say real because there were some casualties, but it wasn't. But Aya didn't directly kill everybody. Let's put it that way. And so now Hal goes to the battlefront, and remember, like I said, he went there late, and he goes to confront Aya, and Aya's like, and he's trying to talk her down, and Aya's like, well, you know, you were the one who reactivated me, so I'll let you be the witness to what I'm about to do. And she like freezes him, and then she goes inside herself, and goes into the portal into the past. Then he follows her, and as he's following, he tells Kilowog that you know, just send Razor. Razor's the only one to help that could be able to do this. Now, so as he goes back, and what's cool is DC, for the beginning of the universe, has always had this symbol of basically the universe being born out of God's hand, and you see like a hand holding the universe together. And I've always thought that was pretty cool. I think Marvel does something similar. I forget what their thing is for the beginning of the universe, but anyway, but DC does have the opening of the hand, and I always thought that was cool. Hal confronts her, and then eventually he confronts her with the knowledge that she hasn't killed anybody yet, that she's not an evil being, you know. And then he confronts her with the knowledge that she's alive too. He's like, and he's like, look around. This beginning of time is a dead universe. This is what you want. She's like, no, just fill it with robots. It'll be cool. But so he shows her a recording of what Scar, her creator, said how she built her, and Aya bless Hal after this, you know, and you know, Hal's like, listen, I'm not smart enough to come up with this lie. She's like, it doesn't matter, because it, you know, free from suffering, free from hurt. This is, even if it cost me my life, that I'm fine with this universe turning out this way. Meanwhile, Kilowog and Guy are, you know, are trying to get Razor to the battlefield. And at first, Guy's not for it, but Kilowog is like, listen, Razor's red energy ring has negative effects on green constructs and green energy. And technically, you know, she's made of green energy. I mean, hell, she's made of iron. So basically, he gets convinced. They build a giant cannon. Kilowog aims. It's funny, Razor goes in, he's like, I gotta do what has to be done. And he forms a bullet, and they open a blast door, and they shoot the bullet right at the Anti-Monitor's body. I mean, it was awesome. I like that. He goes inside, finds the portal, goes inside the portal, and as Hal is trying to talk her down, he forms a knife, and it looks like he's gonna stab her in the back. And, you know, she turns around, the knife disappears, and she lets him have it point blank, and then almost kills him, and that snaps her out of it. She's like, what have I done? You know, that type of thing. And because, you know, Hal even mentions this in that scene, that she couldn't completely shut off her emotions because she's alive, you know. They're just 90% sealed, right? So she goes, she's like, oh, so sorry. It's like, it's okay, you know, my love and all this. And she's like, well, why didn't you kill me when you had the chance? That type of deal. Why didn't you stab me? And he's like, well, my power is the power of rage, you know. There'll never be any rage in my heart against you. You know, this is all my fault for how I treated you and all that. They go back to their own time. Aya fixes the thing she was going to do to the universe as the universe starts to form. And she uses all the power she has of the Anti-Monitor's power to heal him, because he's going to die. So she returns back to normal. Meanwhile, Guy radios in, oh, that's great that she's good again, that's beautiful, but can you tell her to stop the other robots from trying to kill us? And she's like, the other Aya programs. Now, this is interesting to note. She copied a program and put it on the machines, but here's the difference. And this is why you have to differentiate between the two. because they didn't recognize her anymore because she made up with people and she's against this. The reason why they don't recognize her as another Aya, and why the other Ayas are different, is because she is part of Ion, right, in her, which breathes life into her. That's why she's alive. The programs are just the programs without her soul, basically. So it's just the machine code for her. So it's going to be devoid of the emotions. And Aya was right that they're a threat. So they're not really Aya, but they are copies of the program. And so we get a scene where she develops a virus, really fast I might add, to seek out and destroy all Aya programming throughout the universe. Because she's like, if even one of these guys survive, they're going to try to destroy all life. And they'll probably succeed, because I almost did. And so Razor's like, no, and then blah, 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 this is what they have to do. And, she tearful exit stage left because she already distributed the virus, and it starts working immediately, and Aya dies, apparently. And I say apparently, but then again, since freaking Cartoon Network canceled the show, we'll never get that second season to find out what happens. But whatever. I'm still upset about that. And then we get, the wrap up. She dies. They go back to Oa, start handing out awards and whatnot, and they're like, Razor, you're one of the heroes, why aren't you there? And he's like, I'm gonna go look for Aya. And they're like, Aya's dead. And this is obviously Hal and Kilowog. And he's like, listen, I've made that mistake before, thinking she was dead. And so I know that can't be the case. She's too resilient in life form. She'll find a way to live. And she, after all, she is made of the being of will. So there you go. And the being of will can't really be killed, can it? So that, so he decides to go after her. They said they'd come, or not they, Kilowog said he'd join him. It's like, yeah, you'd only slow me down, buddy. And, it's really good because the character development of Razor is pretty much complete. He's finally over all the negative humps in his character, so to speak, and he's more at peace, even though he's trying to find the love of his, the second love of his life. And so, Kilowog gives him a hug. It was pretty funny, and they're like, listen, man, if you need any help. And he's like, I know, you'll be there to save me. So he goes off, and Kilowog's like, this is a big universe. I don't think, does he even have a chance? He's like, yeah, it's Razor, he has a chance. And as the series wraps up and ends, he's flying away, and whoop, a blue ring appears and starts following Razor. And that's a great way to end it. All will be well. And it's funny because if you would think maybe it would be like the love ring searching with him, because that helps you find your love. But no. It is the ring of hope. And that is awesome if he turns into a Blue Lantern. Personally, I love the Blue Lantern's favorite power is the Blue Lantern's, the Saint power. I love that. Or Saint Walker, you know what I mean? Alright. What did I think of this episode? I'm going to give this episode a 5 out of 5. I thought it was great. Everything I want in a Green Lantern episode. The cliffhanger with her being dead. And then the blue ring at the end. Woo! So good. So good. And I still can't get over they're canceling such a good series. I mean, this thing had everything. And they said Jon Stewart is now a Lantern in the previous episode. So they're one Lantern away from the Earth 4. You know what I mean? And and with technically 5 if you count Alan Scott, who was mentioned in the steampunk. So you're one away from all 5 Lanterns existing, and they cut it off. And then there's mention in this one, there's gonna be the yellow power's been hinted at the entire first season, so that's yet to be seen. There was the Book of the Blackest Night, come on. And then, you had the Indigo Lanterns yet to be revealed, but that's almost everybody. To end it there. Ooh, so mad, so frustrating. But, again, 5 out of 5. And let me rate the whole series now that it's over, or at least, I'm going to rate the two halves, and then I'll rate them together. So the first season, I thought, went from okay to pretty good. The first half of the season. So I'll rate that a 3.5 out of 5. Now the second half of the season went from very good to great. And I'm gonna give that a 4.5, almost a 5. When you take the two, that puts the series at a 4. So this series was great. And shame on you, Cartoon Network, for not renewing the show. But, I do still, this is the last time I'm doing this, other than the next video, have the petition down on the bottom to try to bring this back. I mean, it's still going. They have like 50,000, 60,000 signatures, so it's a sizable amount. And after this last DC Nation review, I'm going to take it out. So it'll still be there. But click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is your buddy, Alert Wolf, signing out.